Hello, everyone, and welcome back to War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. We literally are halfway through 1943 as we begin July 1. Still unloading some things at Hollandia, and we have more stuff shipping in, I noticed, but before it gets there, we're going to attack anyway. It's ripe. It's fine. Don't have to get every last device that is intended for Hollandia before we attack. Okay, that's a shame. Well, I mean, it's really hard to hit those smaller ships, those destroyers. It's certainly difficult and unexpected. Now, pardon me, we're bombarding here because we're attacking, so I wanted to just kind of knock these troops around a little bit. But as is the case, we also find ourselves beating up a base we're about to own. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do, right? Yeah, we're losing a lot of stuff unloading there at Rabal. I mean, right there it was disabled, a lot of disabled stuff. Well, there's 14 destroyed. Wow, that's crazy. All right, the sun's up. Let's see what we got going on here as we continue to unload in the in the sunlight. 3 destroyed, non-combat. Hmm. I'm not real excited or thrilled about that. All right, the some of these missions I'm noticing are some of these missions that were canceled, or at least one of them was a recon mission. All right, let's see if we can shoot down some Tojos. I think well, I have no idea if we surprised him or not, but we're uh, we're in here taking damage. This is frustrating. I'm gonna. It looks like these are some elite pilots. He may have moved these guys from the Burma theater. I'm gonna try to knock this out. He had one left from all that. We lost one, and he lost none. um, yeah, we really need to get some flak up there. You know, I guess I could have intercepted this, shot down some lilies. Maybe I should have done that, but I really wanted to. Ooh, that would have been nice. I could have taken out some of those sallies if his sweep didn't come in first. But it's possible that um, he's going to be a bit more cautious with what he's going to do with his aircraft there in China, knowing now that we can that we have good aircraft in the area. Losing some Wellingtons, and because it's thunderstorms, it's just not that great. Okay, so right now we're not bombing with much because am still wanting to hit these airfields. The biggest thing is now that I know he's not coming across that river up here, I'm really only just trying to slow down this little tiny unit that is running away, and hopefully we can catch up to it and beat it up. I mean, I still want to knock it out. I just want to knock it out in my on my terms, not him escaping and getting out of there. And once we capture Hollandia, he won't know what's going on down here in this area. He's gonna have very limited information. And here's some these at 6,000 feet. I meant to. Oh, okay, never mind. This is the B-25C. Never mind. I was thinking about something completely different. All right, well, that was that. Cap over Changsha was a bit lackluster. A bit disappointing. I thought with some B-38s we'd have a chance. What I should do is next time I'll fly them cap real high. Wow, that bombardment, he dropped a lot of assault value there. And here's my deliberate attack. We should capture this, no problem. What I'm hoping is to capture all the troops too. Let's go. We capture the island, but I mean the island, the base. Destroy a bunch of equipment, damage as well. And nobody's destroyed yet. He may still lose some to attrition. But yeah, what was the fort level was 4 and it was still a piece of cake. We did get, did we even get any engineers in here? Yeah, we got the Australian combat engineers, but it looks like it was pretty open and shut. We, of course, had a lot of disruption on him that helped, but even so, his 51 became 9. This should be fairly straightforward as well, but I'm like I said before, I'm wanting to get my engineers in here, and now that I have them, I think I'm going to go ahead and go in assault. Okay, we lose a vehicle. I'm not sure which vehicle, and you can see here, like I said before, he's got elements in here likely pulled out some guys, but he'll lose some equipment, some heavy equipment, because he can fly out men, but he can't fly out heavy equipment. Um, but yeah, possibly vehicles, maybe engineer vehicles. I don't know, or trucks for the artillery, maybe. Okay, you see that? Some things wiped out in Hollandia due to attrition. So yeah, I would say that was successful, and Rabal will be next. Yeah, I was going to bypass some of these bases, but it looked lightly defended, so we'll just grab it and move on. And then we'll proceed up the Dutch New Guinea and then move from there. But for now, we're going to jump into July 2 and keep this thing rolling as we continue July. Actually, I might break and show you the losses from that air action over China. In the meantime, because we're at the beginning of July, we have a lot of stuff that wants to upgrade, and that's fine. I'm really okay with upgrades at this stage. I'm not stressing about having every ship available out to sea. Wow, a lot of stuff. Oh, I know what that is. A lot of this stuff is moving aircraft. Well, what do you know? One loss, which is going to be P-38H. One destroyed to flak. That was, I think, in Burma, and then three ops losses. And then he had zero. I was hoping to have a to shoot down to have a Tojo loss to ops at least, but in fact we lost two P-38Hs. We did lose that Wellington 1C, and then we lose a couple other things here. Um, and we lost two pilots. Maybe both are those P-38 pilots. Might as well take a look at this. Shouldn't be anything on here, but you never know. Especially if something new got added recently. But there you have it. We'll be back. Okay, here we are on July 2, 1943. Something's going on at Daub. What is? Oh, right. So this is a landing craft dropping stuff off at that island. I don't remember the name of it, and I don't see it here. But up near. Well, we can move over here. I don't want to waste a bunch of time. But this island here, near Celebes, that's what I was gonna say. We're trying to unload some aircraft, but also some engineers. Maybe we can. It'll take a long time because the engineers. I think I have two engineers in this unit, in this outfit. But yeah, I'd like to build that up and also kind of protect it so that we can keep doing some keep our search planes going. All right, now the sun comes up. Let's see how the rest of the day goes. All right, Snook. All right, K11. I yeah, I'm gonna harp on my Dutch subs for a bit, but they were valuable at the early part of the war, but now they're not cutting it. They miss way too much. And I think we had a Dutch a Dutch dud recently. Okay, we're not covering Changsha this time for a couple reasons, and I'll explain. Well, I can explain as we go here, unless I need to divert what I'm trying to say. Well, it looks like his sweep came in a little late. Well, so I used up a bunch of supplies, likely from doing drop tanks and capping Changsha, such that I needed to rest my aircraft. Sorry, such that I couldn't use drop tanks in the second run from here to Changsha. Oh no. Alright, I'm covering Kukong. Okay. I'll talk about that later. Alright, I'm not coming in here heavy with a lot of heavy aircraft. One of the things I was hoping we would do at 1,000 feet is strafe, but it looks like we just drop bombs. Also, it's saying we're at extended range. Oh, it could be that our airfield isn't big enough. That's that's why. Okay, fair enough. This is more of the bombing the ground troops, the SNLF unit, to slow him down so that we can get a good, hopefully get in there. Hopefully he's moving at half our speed. We can get in there and kick him. Yeah, that was relatively uneventful. I believe we're attacking at Hollandia just to eradicate the last unit there, but we'll see. Yep. All right. It's not gonna. He's not gonna have much left, so it's possible we'll. Sorry, I was distracted by some alarm that was going off. So it's possible he'll be eliminated due to attrition, but we can always do another assault shortly. All right. We are bombarding him. We are these units. Well, particularly, let me say the 43rd Infantry Division is in bad shape as far as the table of equipment. We need some more. We need recovery here, and that doesn't help. But I could attack possibly, and maybe I should. Yeah, there it is. It's wiped out due to attrition. So all that's left is Rabal. It's the last holdout in this theater, or in that, yeah, in the region. Yeah, I put a bunch of these boats at to port for to get them upgraded. It might as well get it out of the way. Um, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't know how many. I think that's basically going to be it. The June 43 upgrades for all those sub chasers and some of these other ships are just need one more upgrade. The June one. Some need a September one. Anyway, we got some other upgrades, but for the most part, I think we're gonna um, be current. Oh, cool. Yeah, I noticed this came in. It's probably related to the Atu operations. It says North Pacific, which I imagine, up there, Alaska, and it withdraws in 68 days. So it's kind of like they threw together a unit that would help recapture those islands, and as soon as they were recaptured, it was disbanded, or maybe some of these squads were spread out over other units. I have no idea, but that's kind of cool. I don't know that I'm going to use them because the window is short or small, and I don't know right this second where I would use them. So I'll think about it, but that's pretty strong 60 assault value basically. Okay, we'll do the usual here and look at the ops report. We're withdrawing the 23rd Marine off of Gazmata and going to get it back to Shortlands, and then we can recombine. Although we got some elements there on that, well, that other island. All of a sudden, I'm losing the name of it. Okay, let's keep going here. He's certainly staying busy with reconnaissance and okay, supplies, upgrades. Of course, he's upgrading his home islands, Vela La Vela and Hansa Bay. Very cool. And upgrades. Okay. Yeah. This is why I don't trust these sub sinking reports. And we got a sub ready to go. Okay. All right. Next is looking at our losses here. We lost 3. He lost 3. 2 Marys and a Tojo. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll get to talking about some things. Killed one. Right. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the Pacific here. Nothing. Nothing new here. Truck. We're still spotting here. He did come in with some kind of something, maybe supplies. That's okay. I mean, there's not much to do. Um, all right, we're unloading. I want to attack here, but we have some issues. 63% TOE, and this combat engineer is 67% TOE. They're very beat up from this invasion. So I may, I think I'm okay with just chilling for a bit. I'm gonna divide this unit. We have a gentleman's agreement not to split up if it's a contested hex, but he has no air units to affect with that, so I'm just gonna split them up. And that said, yeah, we're in strat mode because I want to transport them out of here and back to Shortlands. And this Woodlark Island, this is where I have some guys sitting here that would love to go back home. Um, I say home. I mean here, Shortlands. All right. I think I'm gonna put this to Saipan too. I don't even know if we're gonna be doing that, or at least not for some long time. We have eradicated the troops here, and we now that we don't have any enemies and we can be in rebuild mode, well, this should go away. It might take a bit. We don't have a ton of engineers, but I do intend to bring lots and lots and lots more stuff here, including air support. And although there's no point in putting air units here right now because it's very damaged. All right, it's funny we have air cover and surface cover sitting here, but we have no transports to cover. But that'll change shortly. I'm gonna return to Hansa Bay with this and replenish, and then we'll come back. But yeah, I think Rabal is gonna wait a little bit. Um, I think we're done unloading, except for supplies. I just would like to give it a few days to try to recover some of these disabled pieces and go from there. Let me look one more thing. Yeah, everything's set to re replenish, reinforce, or replace. That's the word. Okay, I was wrong. It's the other way around. This is picking up troops, and they lost a piece of equipment trying to load up on this ship. And then it'll go up to this island, which I'm not gonna say. Destroy that name. I'd rather not. But we're trying to load these up and then head over, and it looks like we have a little bit more to get on here, and then we can head out. All right. Um, So yeah, I guess we can jump up to Burma. Oh, yeah, let me just say this because I like to point out some things. Dili is still expanding. We did get an air aviation unit here, so we can fly a few more groups actively. So that's good. But I need to get the, or I want to get this to level 9 so we don't have to worry about it. And I say this maybe every couple days. The point is, um, no, you don't expect anything in the near future, Ambon or Canary, because for one, I'm still prepping for invasions here and here, but for another, I want to secure the this base as a prominent air aviation support base, so we can really go after these. Also, I would like to be able to pull this escort carrier back, and for now, I'm not comfortable doing that. But as soon as this, the detection drops to 0, I'm going to pull this CVE escort carriers out, and I want them to be available for this operation. But I would also love for my fleet carriers to be involved and be lurking in, somewhere in the Banda Sea. All right, we have been bombing this. It looks like he just stopped moving altogether. Maybe he was frustrated, tired of trying to run out of there. Also, now maybe he's like, well, I better just dig in at this point. Well, we're coming in. We're coming in hot. We will be there this turn with 4 brigades and a division. Yeah, this slow division will make it. We'll punch them in the teeth, and then I think my division I'm going to pull back out. And I've said that before, but I'd like to position him maybe right here so that he can punch either direction. But I could also just bring him here and give us some assault value. He's got so many troops here in this wall, this 2x wall, that I don't I don't know how to punch it out unless we do an invasion in the rear. Um, and I don't necessarily see doing that in the very near future. But what would be cool is to say invade Tavoy or something and maybe march across or up. Anyway, cut off his lifeline to the south here because we could also paradrop here at Uttaradit, and then or here. If we could occupy these 2 bases, then the best he'd get is a slow road up here. But then in the meantime, we could march to positions like here and here, and really block supply path. Now he could do supply up this rail to Chiang Mai and then across, but it would require a lot of extra effort to do that. But anyway, I don't know. This is all long ways in the future. But the Moonlight is still 0%. I'm waiting for it to go back up because I would love to do a bombing campaign against Bangkok. I just don't want to do it with 0 Moonlight. All right. Yeah, that's that. Okay, as I move into China, let me show what we've done here. I need to stand down. So he bombed Kukong the day before with bombers that were escorted, but I've thought, ooh, maybe we could take out some of his bombers. I think he had some Oscars escorting, and I thought maybe we could get the better of him. But then he targeted, possibly Commander's Choice, but he targeted these guys, and that and that, sorry, I was just thinking about something. And that caused him to bomb here. My fighters flew here for nothing, and now they're over fatigued. So we're gonna just rest them. It'll take 2 days, I think, to knock that down. That's okay. He doesn't know we're here. He hasn't been scouting. He might have thought our P-38H interruption was just a quick one-off. I don't know. Last and then last but not least, let's see. Shoot. See, this is where I'm frustrated because I really want to get these supplies up, and I don't know what it'll take because we seem to just be sitting at 20. The problem is I can't get any supplies to trickle because Changsha it doesn't have enough. Nanchang doesn't have enough, and so Puchang never will have enough. And as a result, we're always going to have an TOE issue. We're never going to recover these rifle squads because they're just too beat up. Okay, yeah, that's that. I think that's pretty much all that is necessary to discuss. Um, yeah, I've mentioned this before, but sitting here with these troops, even in open terrain, clear, this has been very helpful to slow him down. We got some serious forts. It's because if he could punch through this, then Xi'an would be like highly threatened. Now, what I would do if I were him is I would just pull out of here and go to here and then just come in. Now, that's going to be a shock attack. He's not going to want to do that. Not with 2600 assault, garrison assault value. So, 6 fort, yeah, level 6 fort. Anyway, yeah, we have some guerrillas here, as you know, partisans. But that's what this cavalry corps is doing. It's going to wrap around and do something similar. But we also talked about that recently. Anyway, I think that's plenty. Um, as you know, it's really more of the same um, description of things over and over and over again. But just want to keep it fresh and um, hopefully keep you aware of anything small, any small change that might be um, that I might notice or be planning. But in the meantime, take care, everyone. I'm going to pass you on, and we'll be back to talk about July 3 next time. Take care. Bye.